Alright guys, welcome back to our first ever podcast by Stories & Co, or what I would like to call it, the Beyond Our Stories series. It's a new series where we call in guests or individuals who have very interesting stories to share or experiences in my point of view. You get what I mean? Yeah. So in our studio we have someone who has a very interesting yet intriguing passion that not many of us like to do or had the opportunity to do, or maybe just scared for me I'm just scared to do that. Okay, someone who has that drive in her to take the extra step to volunteer in different organizations, someone very sweet in that sense, the way she speaks and all, so we can see that how she speaks with the different volunteers. Okay, we have our current CSC president, Rini, with us today. Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel, for having me.
No, don't clap. I should be thankful having you here, right? Okay. Actually, just now we talked outside before we started shooting, right? Her passion in starting out in volunteering started out because of her dad. She followed her dad in different organizations, and then I found out that her dad is currently a volunteer in PAP. Right? Am I right?
Yeah, he's a current volunteering and he's been volunteering for years already.
Yes.
So,
was it a choice for you to follow, or was it she was like, "Hey, come, Rini, just follow us"?
I think it's more to
Force.
no, I don't think it's a force. I think it let me choose to go, and because I go for the first time and I enjoy it, so why not just continue and following him, right?
Yeah. At what age did you start though?
If I could remember, I think primary school. I was so young at that time.
Yeah.
So be it like I was just giving goodie bags to the neighborhood. Just simple volunteering work. Yeah, just simple acts of volunteering. I think it's still part of.
Okay, before we get into all that, just wanted to ask, you're a year 3 student now?
Yeah.
Or you just graduated, right?
I just graduated.
Last week?
Last week, like Friday.
Face to face, or was it?
I was a face-to-face team.
It was on a Thursday, Friday?
Friday.
Oh, so she'll be the last batch that's gonna be that graduated with having a graduation ceremony that's face to face in that sense, right?
Yeah.
How was it? Was it like
amazing, fun?
Amazing.
It was fun to like have that final day with all my peers after the long COVID break, right? So it was glad that
But
it
was
has
a
an
new
ending.
experience, right? You can't like shake hand with the person giving you the
Yeah, we just have to hold the certificate like that. But it's okay. It's what we can have, then we just take.
I mean, it's quite lucky, right? You're the last batch, right?
Yeah, lucky.
Okay, let's talk more about CSC. What is CSC? I mean, like, the new freshmen, right? They won't know what CSC is. You know, just give a brief tour of what CSC is.
Okay, CSC is more about community service club. As what we are known. We help with a lot of beneficiaries, be it youth, elderlies, can be mental wellness, like mental health.
Yeah.
It can also, there's widespread that we actually help. Like by this year, we actually managed to expand with the migrant workers who suffered during the pandemic, and we also managed to thank our cleaners for all their hard work. So we did expand to many beneficiaries in CSC. So CSC is meant to help as many people as we could in our line lah.
So I can safely say that you joined CSC and then you walk your way up and clench the role as a president of CSC. Did I mention that she's the president of CSC, right? So we have.
I started my first year as a committee member.
But why CSC though?
Why during my
like,
first
there are
year?
different CCAs, right? Like Stories & Co. We have like sports CCAs and all. But why CSC?
Why CSC? Because when I was in IT, I was in Rotary Club, another organization.
It's similar to CSC.
Yeah, it's similar to CSC. So from there, with the the passion and the experience in serving there, when I first joined TP, and I saw during the fair, CSC caught my eye, and because I have the passion for that, so I just signed up. Yeah, so went through for the main comm interview during my year 1, got in as a committee member. I was a project coordinator in charge of a organization called Shanyu Food Ration.
That was in year 1.
During my year 1. So after my year 1, planning 3 events. Then the next year where I was in my junior year, I was a vice president.
Were you chosen or? you applied for that role as a...
I seek interest for that role, and I got that role. Yeah, but
but definitely you look at your credentials lah, like how you...
obviously, yeah. But I'm really thankful for my advisors lah, who have been trusting me with the leading of my club. Maybe you want to
say your advisor's name, or shall he or she not be mentioned?
She has been my advisor and my mentor, and been helping me shape me the leader as I am today lah.
Those of you listening, take note. Those in CSC, take note. You can go to her advisor, or go to her straight. Go for advice.
Can.
Okay, then you were given a role as a president in year 2.
Year 3.
Year 3. Was it hard? Tell me about the difficulties of being a president. Come on, tell me. I'm in year 2. Maybe I want to be the, take a leadership role or something in year 3.
I think when being a president, one thing is having the whole main com to come together and to bond will be very hard, because different people have different personalities and different ways of leading each project. But I think it's important to have all clubs will have like a bonding time with all the main coms. But especially during my year, it was during the COVID period where we have to do everything virtually. So that's what I could do is just to have virtual. We did have CSC bonding day where we bond main com, subcom, and our members together. So that's the one thing that I introduced.
Was difficult, quite difficult.
So it was really difficult in bonding.
Now this is interesting. How do you do volunteer work through online platforms? Or means, tell me during the CB days, any volunteer work during that time?
We have these 3 long-term projects, namely like year program where we help with youth at risk with tuitioning and all. We use Zoom platform. Yeah, we work with
organizations. This is during your school days, right?
So like volunteers who take interest will do it like after their lessons, whereby it was only like 3 to 6 p.m. Where volunteers came in to help mentor the youth with their schoolwork, and basically talk to them and have a good time.
Good chat with them,
So that's one. Secondly, would be tele-befriending with elderly. We work with Sri Nayanan Mission, where our volunteers also interact with elderly through Zoom also. Using Zoom. So it's mostly online platforms. So
that's quite hard, right? For those who, they are the group of age gap that are not that tech savvy.
Yeah, but we are lucky that we work with organization that has staff who are willing to help with us. So the staff can, if like the Sri Nayanan missionary is nurses who help assist with us to do the collaboration. However, the youth at risk, they are already pretty much quite tech savvy, so they kind of know how to do it.
I see. Then would that be like more secondary school students or college students, ITE?
Primary school students.
Primary schools.
But they're quite, I think around primary 3 to primary 6, around there.
That is during the CB days, the circuit breaker, right?
But then that 3 project runs throughout the whole AY. Whole year during the circuit breaker, we do have that. We also have like the migrant workers I mentioned. That one is more to where we just give them words of encouragement from students, and we give like a care packs for them. That's all.
What's inside this care packs? Tell me more about it.
This care pack have like basic necessity.
Let me guess. Milo.
That's what I remember.
Milo packet.
I don't think so.
You know what? Just tell me.
More to like toothbrush, Colgate, apple, oranges.
These care packs are given to individuals.
We gave to the dormitory, whereby they were
they were,
because it was during the circuit breaker, so we weren't allowed to have in touch, so we just use the Red Mart has a third party to deliver.
So you use a third party to give out the different care packs to those needies. Okay, sure. I want to know more about your memorable experiences.
Memorable experience.
If you had to choose one throughout your year 1 to year 3, choose one. The best.
For me, maybe outside.
Maybe it's the best handsome guy or someone that you see.
I think maybe outside of CSE. Yeah, outside of CSE. I went to this global studies trip to Cebu in Philippines.
Oh, it's
So
overseas.
part of the program was to go to this place where we volunteer with the elderlies there. They are abandoned elderlies, meaning no family tend to claim them, so they are being put there.
Abandoned in
Yeah,
that sense.
but one thing that really I was really inspired there is because I'm half Filipino. So I was able to understand the language there. So I managed to.
It hits you more,
it hits me a lot because when I communicate with her, she was saying that her sister is like going to come and visit her and will like bring her home. When in fact we all know
but
that's not true lah. But obviously I'll just say, oh really? Oh, I hope you have a good time. Just play along with them to have so that they won't.
I mean, that's hard, right? You have to control your emotions when you know that it's something that they're expecting it to happen, but it doesn't happen.
And the elderly there are really, they need help. So when it comes to feeding, they can't feed on their own. So I literally use my hand and all, like
to physically help
feed
them.
So it's really a good experience for me when I was there.
That was in Cebu.
That was in Cebu.
That was
2019.
Year 2?
Yeah.
2019, I see.
Year 2.
How about funny experiences? Okay, let me tell you my funny experiences, okay? I've tried volunteering before. That was last year, during the circuit breaker days also. So I joined my friends. They were a group of biker group in that sense. Yeah, they have a union, but shall not be mentioned. I shall not mention the name of the group because okay. And then we had a uniform. We had a uniform, long sleeve uniform. So same thing, care packs. We gotta give. Then when I went up, I knocked on the door, and then there was an auntie. And I was like, yes. And I said, auntie, this is for you. And she was like, oh, no, I didn't order anything. So my reaction was just like, no. I know you didn't order anything. I'm just giving you this. It's an organization. We're giving out all this. Yeah. So that's more of an embarrassment, I guess. And then the other one would be more of a scary encounter. We did this donation drive, but it's until night time in that sense. It's until 8 or 9. And then it's an area where it's all mostly run down, the flats and all. Yeah, but same thing, I won't mention the area's name lah. It's not nice, I guess. Yeah. Same thing, it was a long stretch of corridor, It's that house at the end. So when we went there, it's an old uncle that didn't wear any shirt but pants. And he was quite angry in that sense, because he felt that I don't need this help. Why are we here? Yeah, so it's scary because first thing, the whole estate is really quite scary for me. It's at night time furthermore, right? So when I went up, it's really that scary. Then when I go encounter this uncle, it's even more scary, right? Because you go there with the intention to just, okay, I want to help you, but then he be like saying, hey, I don't need this help. Like, why? So it's more of a rejection. So he didn't accept that. So we took it back lah. Any encounters like this?
I think for myself, what I experienced, not as scary. As what?
Or more of like those who can't accept, like, hey, why are you giving me this help? I didn't ask for this, you see.
I think there is like some elderlies who would like not want help, but the least you can do is just, it's okay, auntie, we're just here to help you and all. You have to be calm.
You have to be calm.
You have to be calm because I think the more you are scared, you'll be.
You tend to go against of what you're trying to do.
So right? Just more, even if I experience, like if I ever encounter it, I'll just calm, chill.
Just let it go inside one ear and goes out the other ear.
It's more to be selective of what you hear. I think when you're volunteering, you should do that because sometimes some elderlies may say words that may hurt you and all. But I guess listening in one ear.
But that's their point of view.
So being open-minded when you volunteer.
Just take it with a pinch of salt, right? But volunteering, you'll be talking about volunteering. What is volunteering? Because from what I heard just now, you said that there are 3 different types of volunteering, right? Maybe you want to explain more?
So volunteering has 3 types. It can be direct volunteering. Direct volunteering whereby you communicate with the beneficiary. For example, as I mentioned, like the volunteers interact with the youth. That's like direct volunteering, being in touch with the beneficiaries. Indirect volunteering can be like fundraising. You fundraise money. You raise awareness.
A third party organization.
Something like that. Then
examples of it would be?
Like for example, I went to youth expedition project in Vietnam where I did construction work. So construction work is like part of it is indirect volunteering because you never really this road that you built is for the usage of the villagers.
People,
yeah,
right?
so it's considered indirect volunteering. Yeah.
Indirect volunteering.
So fundraising is the same thing. You raise money. The money is the end proceed will go to the beneficiary also.
Yeah.
So the last one is advocacy. Advocacy can be anything that you are passionate of. For example, I'm passionate of elderly and youth at risk. So it can be like simple being like posting on your Instagram for that awareness.
I see. So the acts that we are doing on our social media, such as reposting and all, that's an act of the last one.
Like
you
said act of like raising awareness.
What is it called?
Advocacy. The last one? Meaning like knowing what touches you and what inspires you the most to bring back to the community.
Means everyone can do that.
Everyone can do that. Actually, volunteering.
Take down. Everyone take down.
Actually, volunteering can be a lot of ways you can do. Simply, you giving a seat to those who need it is simply part of act of kindness.
Or spread of words doesn't have to be through different medias or no.
Because like when you spread of words, for example, you're fundraising money.
Yeah.
You share to your friend. That's part of like raising awareness. Yeah. So I think volunteering is very it comes in like you can volunteer in any ways that you could lah. Especially those who think volunteering is those for those who is rich, right? But I think volunteering comes in any way you could by simple like joining an organization, spending your time with them. I think it's okay already.
Because volunteering doesn't have to be just you donate money. It can be you raising funds for organizations. Because now in the current pandemic, you see how people make use of Facebook, Instagram to just create donation drive to get in money to help those in need, right? And then are you trying it out for CSC?
For CSC, we did like have donation drive. We did have
in the past.
I think, if I'm not wrong, January.
This
year, January. I think January we did have a toy donation drive. So we collect toys for our organization we collaborate with, which is Meta Welfare Association. So we did gain a lot of donations from both students and staff. Then that's where we filter the toys, sanitize everything. Then we pass to our Meta Welfare Association.
So it's still a third party to deliver all these items now?
That time we were going half physical, half virtual. So virtual we use publicity to publicize all our events. And then during the donation drive, we did follow the safe measurements procedure. This was before
to follow
the phase 2 now. So it was phase 3. I think it was phase 3 already at that time. So we just followed the safe measurement and it was okay. There was no much problem.
But that's hard, right? If like you go there, you know their situation that they're facing, and you're going to go there and tell them like, hey, speak to them. I think if it was me, a conversation with them would make me, tear up maybe. Right? Don't you think so?
I think when I was there, I normally try to have a
just
control the feelings, it's always having a controlled face, controlled feelings. I guess if you get too emotional, they also get emotional too.
Right.
So I think just being happy, they'll be happy too. So I think being happy is a good atmosphere for volunteering lah.
How do you juggle your time though? Like
commitment.
That's a very bold statement. Maybe you want to elaborate more on that. Because this advice on commitment can be used by every poly student here.
Commitment, how I juggle with my school and CCA.
Yeah, CCA is one thing. Having the role of a president is one thing, right?
Yeah, being a president, obviously you have to go for majority of the events, planning, the meetings and all. So I was also an intern during my last year. So it was really hard for me. I would not lie. It was hard for me to juggle everything. But with the help of my journal, my book, I think having a journal or a planner that helps you organize, that keep you organized, where you say, oh, this is I'm doing this is I'm doing that. That keeps you well organized, and and I guess that's how you manage to finish all your submission and your deadlines in time. So and I'm very grateful that my main comms are quite they know what they're doing. They are quite reliable, and they will always update me in the WhatsApp group. Oh, this is
if there's any changes or anything comes up.
When I end my after my intern, I was like, read. Oh, okay. So I'm also updated in that sense.
Yeah. How many like deputies do you have to help you?
Because in CSC we have basically this AY, like previous AY, we organized about 16 events.
16 events? That's a lot.
16 events.
Keeping in mind that there's a current pandemic going on.
So 16 events, but there is both virtual and physical.
It's a
mixture. So in one event, in one project, we have 2 to 3 organizers. So we do have separate groups of these 16 events that we discuss. So different roles. Basically in CSC we have 15 main roles. But when it comes to like sub project, we don't care about we just sign up.
We just help each other.
Sign up for that project, and we will help.
Everyone will play their part in helping to make.
So there will be like 3 to 2 main organizers, and the rest will be trying to help that organizers in executing the project.
Then now, upon graduation, right? What's your plan?
Oh, okay.
Are you still going to continue coming back to help CSC?
I'm always welcome to come back to help CSC.
Oh, you're always welcome to come back.
I'm always welcome to. I'm always wanting. I want to sign up as an alumni. Obviously, keeping in touch with my advisors and obviously my juniors in CSC, and hopefully, I tell if they need any help, I'm willing to help them. But obviously, I have graduated. I just joined in this my father in this community club has an external community club. It's a neighborhood community club. I joined as the exco under sports community, like sports group. But
that's a bigger market, you see, because that CSC is more of a TP organization, right? And community center will be a different gameplay.
So it's a bigger challenge for me, but I'm just willing to take it and
take it.
I guess it's part of moving on and building my character more. I think as a leader, you don't stop at one.
I mean, like you just graduated, you're stepping into the real adult life, right?
So continue to shape the leader that you are meant to be, lah. Because I feel like as a leader, there's never a place where it's never it's always a learning. It's learning steps. So there's every time when no matter what age you are, you still continue learning and learning.
So you're gonna try out different opportunities, right?
Different opportunities, be it like the one that I joined.
Both external and
internal. I think it's good that nowadays that we do have a lot of organization that is raising different awareness, different advocacy that we youth can touch on, and we youth can help whichever inspire us, lah.
But then now in this current era, right, not much youth are going the extra mile to help in volunteer works, right? I mean, it's a true fact. It's well known, am I right? Maybe you want to give a piece of advice for those who want to join in, or maybe those year ones who are not having any CCA, maybe to join CSC.
Okay, can. So
maybe then after you all join CSC, you all will see this beautiful face right here as your president, right? Or alumni.
Okay. I think wanting to start volunteering is more about touching people's life, touching one's life. So be it small gesture like that's why I say giving out the seat, or for example just giving a helping hand. Basically something you think is so small, but actually these small actions can make a bigger impact. That's why I said like if you ask me why did you build that construction road, that road, why, right? It's just a road.
It's just a platform for
just a road, but actually that road can help all the villagers to walk, to transport them
It's more than just a road itself,
so
right?
My advisor will always say, why we build a house why we build a road instead of a house? If you build a house, you only impact one household. But if you build a road, you impact hundreds and thousands of people.
Quote that, okay? Take
So
down.
that's from my advisor.
Drill that in your minds, people.
So I guess for me, like volunteering, just small gesture will do. So it
doesn't have to be a big gesture. Just a simple example would be like donating, right? If I were to donate $1, right? It's still the same as if I were to donate like $100, right?
I think every small action counts. That $1 makes a difference.
Yeah. Even if it's a 10 cent.
So I think what is important comes from your heart lah. If everything you do comes from your heart, I think you will have an enjoyable volunteering experience. So I think volunteering can be a very good experience whereby you gain many friends, many connections, and have a good time there.
And definitely having an external CCA, will get you more friends.
Yeah,
right?
you will, because your people that you volunteer with can be a long time friends. Will be with you.
Because you'll be going through a phase where you are doing it together, right? You are going through the tough times, the happier times.
Especially when you're with your main com, where
you tend to spend most of the time together, right? Planning, discussion, executing and all.
So when we plan and execute, we spend so much time together, where we bond and all. So all the sacrifices that we make, for example, like we do have exams and or we squeeze our timetables so that we could fit everything in. I feel like all the sacrifices that I make is every time worth it. Every time looking at the outcome of the event.
Yeah. It's worth the time lah. It's worth the sacrifice that you have done over the past few years, right?
I mean, I never regret joining CSC because CSC has always been a part of my life, and I think it will continue to be part of my life.
Is it too late now for me to join CSC?
I think it's never too late.
It's never too late
to join CSC, no matter first year, second year, or third year, or you're like graduating batch. But I think it's never too late to start volunteering or join CSC.
Even if it's for an fully grown adult, right? Not for CSC lah. I mean,
external,
external organizations, right?
It's never too old. It's never too late that you join, that you decide, I want to do something good, I want to give back. It's never too late. Once you feel that you need to give back, you can just go ahead. There's nothing.
Right, there's nothing wrong. You can just go for it.
There's no age limit.
Okay, that's all we have for today. And thank you very much, Rini, for spending your time, coming in for our very first podcast. Maybe you want to share your the CSC different social media. You have Instagram page, Facebook page,
Twitter,
Telegram. And Telegram, right? No WhatsApp group.
There's no WhatsApp group.
That's a disclaimer right there. Okay, there's no WhatsApp group for CSC, right? No WhatsApp. Confirm. Okay, thank you very much. That's our very first podcast for Stories & Co. Remember to tune in for the next one, right? I'm bringing in a new guest, someone that you might know on TikTok or social media. It's something to keep in mind, right? Okay, guys, thank you very much. Thank you, Rini.
Thank you, Anil.